Okay, here we are. I've got the new front panel on. This is the T4 that was badly smashed from what you can see earlier. This is the old panel. You can see it's severely V'd in the middle. And this is the equivalent replacement panel that we picked up for £150 off eBay. Here's a pile of all the old bits. Here's the old radiator, crushed. The fans on the back, smashed, trash. The new panel includes the front slam panel, all the plastic, all the pipe works, 2 good fans and a new radiator. £150. I gave the chap 20 quid for the bonnet, £10 for the front slam panel. Bargain. Right, the new panel fits great at the top. See that first bolt, another bolt hole there. Right hand side, a little bit out, but I think we'll draw that in at some point. The front mounting bolt, just through that hole there, lines up. The left hand one is about, you can't see it from this view, I'll take the front panel off in a minute, it's about 1 inch out on this side. So we're going to rip that front off again. It's only held on 2 screwdrivers, and take a look. Right, when coming to bolt up the front panel, I don't know if you can just see this. This here is the hole we're looking for. This here is where this chassis member is. So obviously during the impact, the V shape in the middle here, it's pushed everything in and it's sucked these 2 chassis rails in. Now I'm just going to measure this. Just bear with me, it's a bit awkward. I would say we're looking at 4 centimetres. This is an elongated hole here. It's only going to take a 13mm nut and bolt, so I would say if we can get this about 4 centimetres, let's see, say 3.5 centimetres out. I've seen worse, and all my Dagenham dustbins had this problem anyway. Right, off with the front panel again. Okay, here we are. Just whipped that panel off again. This is one of the chassis rails going back into here. No breaks, no kinks, nothing. Straight as a die all the way along. Can't see any problems with it at all. There's the other chassis rail. Again, following along the chassis lines, straight as a die. A little bit of remedial work here on the corner. I'll straighten that out in a bit. Really strange, can't see any other problems at all, but we've lost 1 inch somewhere. So let's get about fixing that. Okay guys, we're looking at this shortfall of about 3.5 centimetres between this chassis rail and this chassis rail. I've got a simple setup here. I've got a 10-ton bottle jack, a nice lump of 4x4 between the rails. Before I've started, I had the good sense to get my tape measure and measure between, can't quite see that, we're measuring between this chassis rail centre threaded hole and the one over on the right hand side. And I made that 103 centimetres across the front of the van, centre to centre. I reckon we need to push these rails out by another 3.5 centimetres, so that's about 106.5 centimetres. So here we go. Not a lot seems to be happening, a few creaks. Right, time to put, I've got to put this down to get my tape measure. Not too bad, we're on about 106.5. Of course, what's going to happen when I free this off, it's going to go kaboom. So it might take a few times and I might overstretch it a bit. Move the jack, measure it, looking for 106 centimeters roughly. Give it a few goes and it should be there. Here we go, fully stretched out. I've taken the pressure off the jack a couple of times, it's popped back into place, but each time I've redone it, gone a little bit extra, a few creaks and groans. I've got myself a big Jimmy bar and I've pulled this whole front pan out on the bottom here. This is tucked way back under there, I've just got the bar in there, see the marks in the wood. I've rammed that out, that's not far out at all. Just on them here. Just lever this up a little bit. Probably a two-handed job, I'll probably get back to that when I put the camera down. Right, here we are. Back, I've removed the jack. And I've found every time I release the jack it'll pop in about a centimetre or so. I've overstretched this. I'll just pop that little bit of wood in there to hold it. Not a lot of tension. Can't move the wood, but there you go. And I measured again on our new front panel. I've measured the distance between the left hand mounting point all the way down to the right hand mounting point, 106 centimetres. Got my rule here, measuring across the centre bolt hole, left hand chassis member. Up to my right, 106. So it's bang on. What I intend to do is just line it up, leave the bit of wood in place and just jiggle the bit of wood out. We're only talking about half a centimetre now either way. Tucked up all the wires, everything's clear. Straightened out this bottom engine pan best I can at the moment. I'm going to line up the front panel, see how it goes. Right, making great progress, a little bit of remedial work needed here. I've got this, whatever you call it, it's like a slider type thing. I'll go get the end of it in there. And there's this hammer. So this effect, I'm hoping to pull this out. I'm just going to put the camera down. Right, just a bit of refabrication needed around here. This panel's whacking onto there, just got to sort that out. Everything else lines up okay, so we can take the panel off. Just undo a few temporary screws. Screwdriver out. Right, just got to straighten this out here. I think I need to push this out a little bit because the back of the panel was fouling on there. So I'll just give it a good old whack with a hammer in a bit.